A fragile and very small bubble of peace surrounds the wreckage of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17. Ukraine's military announced Friday just how small that bubble was, saying its soldiers were ambushed near the crash site.
21 Ukrainian soldiers are reported to have been killed in fighting in eastern Ukraine after an ambush by pro-Russian separatists. Meanwhile, more Dutch and Australian investigators have now reached the MH17 crash site.
Just how many soldiers died isn't clear. BBC noted while Ukraine's military confirmed 10 deaths, Ukrainian media are reporting close to 20 soldiers died. All this as a full team of investigators finally reached the crash site after MH17 was presumably shot down over the embattled country 2 weeks ago, killing nearly 300 people. In a countryside constantly fought over by Ukraine's military and pro-Russian militants like these, investigators' access to the site stalled while the two sides brokered a protected zone around the crash site and a path to get there.
But this, we do have to remember, is a battle zone, and the separatists themselves are a splintered group. So it is a day-by-day assessment on how safe it is to access the site.
Blame for the crash still draws intense finger-pointing, with both Ukraine and the U.S. saying that a Russian-made missile system downed MH17, while the militants and Russia both say they had nothing to do with it. With both bodies and evidence exposed to the elements for weeks, investigators' limited access to the site has created an air of who's hiding what tension. One of the investigators from the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe says the site, especially the cockpit, changed dramatically in the days he had access to the site.
It was pretty much intact. Over the days, we had seen that piece of cockpit kind of spread out like this. Day 2, I believe it was, there were actually men in uniform hacking into it with a power saw.
Despite that soundbite, that same investigator told NPR Thursday the site remains more or less the way we saw it a week prior. The apparent ambush on Ukrainian soldiers happened Thursday night in the nearby city of Shakhtarsk. For Newsy, I'm Cliff Judy.